Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. It's Kristy here. Today is going to be the month of April for my slow stitch calendar for the year, which is once a month. So if you're new to my channel and you don't know anything about it, go and check my playlist under Project 2026. So April is Easter. And what I thought about doing was the Beatrix Potter Flopsy Bunnies. And so I found a little book here. It's quite sweet. It tells you the tale of the Flopsy Bunnies. And they go away from their mother and they forage and they go into the garden, which I can't remember, Mr. McGregor's garden. And he causes all sorts of strife. And then they eventually get back to their mum. And yeah, and Benjamin is their friend and he goes with them as well. So this is the piece that I've got here. Funnily enough, it's the same as my second book for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, which I didn't sort of realise at the time, but and then I realised I did, so I thought, oh well, I will just leave it. So what have we got here today? I've got a piece of my square, my batting, or my wadding I should say, a piece of fabric under there and something on the top. And I probably didn't need, oh yes I did because I wanted that up the top. So I found some little embellishments to put on. I'm not going to do anything too crazy because the feature is Easter, or what was my prompt? Easter and buttons. So I've got to get some buttons, that's right. A collection of buttons. So I will do that in the next part of this video, but at the moment I will sort out some features of what to put on here. I just had to think then for a minute. So I've got some white thread. I might just tack down the piece. All right, so all I'm going to do is do a nice little running stitch. Now, it's not the same size as that, but that's okay because I'm going to come over with a border from the back. This piece underneath here is my outer piece. So at least if I just run along here, I don't have to then keep having my pins. Don't know how that got into a big tangle mess. So I can take that pin out. The weather's starting to cool down and the nights are getting shorter. Well, I mean, sorry, the days are getting shorter. I don't know what I'll just do the running stitch along here, and then I think I will sort out what embellishments I'm going to put on after I do the running stitch. I'm not taking too much thought into how I'm doing the running stitch. I'm just off and running basically, just so I can secure the piece down. And I also like the roughness of it all a little bit. There's that cheeky chook. So I will do the running stitch and then I'll come back. That didn't take very long. So I'm filming this just before we leave for our Europe trip. So when you see this video, I will be, let me see, I think we'll have just arrived in Amsterdam, or maybe I'm still at my husband's auntie's and then we're flying down to London and then flying over to Amsterdam. Can't quite remember because I haven't got my calendar here with me. So this is obviously a little bit pre-recorded before we go. But yes, I thought I'd obviously keep it going while I'm away. So and then May, I'll still be away just for the beginning of May as well. So I'll just do that one, will be a little bit pre-recorded as well. And they tend to be because I obviously want to get them out on the beginning of the month. So let me see what I've done. I've just stitched it down, obviously, excuse me. And then I just want to put some embellishments around, or maybe, I know I keep saying that. Let me see what I need to do. I was going to do some little eggs. Get some eggs off this here, but there's one there. I could snatch that one there. These scissors are too hard. That's much better. So I was thinking of putting little eggs around. There's not many on there, is there? Oh, there's another big bunny there. Actually, I thought there was more eggs on here than I thought. That's all right. What we can do is you can just get some other type of fabric and put eggs around. So this might just be my little template. And what I might do is use a little bit of art glitter glue, and I'm going to put some on. I thought I had something. Oh, I have a bit of card. And I think it's blocked up. That'd be right. I'll just open it. It's blocked in the centre there. I'll just put my finger in. That's all right. Where did my egg go? Here. Just going to try and tap. Dip the edge of the egg into the glue, and what that does is it stops it from fraying. And all you've got to do is just tap it down gently, and we shall maybe place it up here, but it's going to be a bit big, isn't it? So let's try and cut it down. That was a waste of time, but anyway, you don't know that till you try. It's a bit better. That's much better. I'll just do the same. So we can have a little egg there. And what I could do is just use this fabric There's a blue egg here. Let's just grab that one. See if I can do the same. I'll cut it out first, and then what that does, it helps me shape the egg when I want to make it smaller. It's easy the first time. Sometimes when you go to do it the second time, it never really works. That will do. I'm not going to think about it too much. Oh, there it is. I'm just probably actually going to just sit it in the glue, tap all over it. I like the pink, so I'm going to sit the blue just under the pink. Oops, sorry Penny, it's my dog's under there and I think I just accidentally plopped. Okay, oh no, she's asleep. I thought I clocked her in the chops with my footstool. Right, there's another green egg. Look at that. That will do too. I'm glad because I wanted to keep maybe some of these. We can just have 3 little eggs. I'm going around. That's a bit of a funny egg, but that will do. I'll just leave it at that. Don't worry about it. Just stick your finger in there if you need to. Oh, it'll plop a little bit of glue on the back if I put it on here. So what I don't want to do, what I don't want is the fraying edges. Right, let's tip it up this way. And maybe that's what the basket is. And maybe you could also do some little round eggs. I could put some little round eggs down there. So basically, it's all you've got to do is just try and find, I make a little circle. And, you know, do a little egg shape. So I was going to put that up there and I still will. So that'll just go over there a little bit. I'll cut that off a bit more. Put that on the edge there like that. And I have this piece here, which is sort of roughly the same colour as his jacket. And this was one of Sally's pieces. So, looks quite pretty. I'll cut off that frayed edge a bit. Maybe that will work up here. It balances it out there. I mean, these can be quite simple. No, I don't want that. They can be quite simple or they can be quite technical, however you want to do your piece. Now, I was going to put that on there. I might just make it that little bit shorter. There's a red thread there, so I'll just get a couple of pins. Sometimes, yeah, you want to, you know, do quite a lot in a piece, and other times the piece just needs to be quite simple and easy to do, because every time if you do one and it's always too hard, or it's just becoming hard, I should say, you lose interest very quickly, and that's not what I want to do for you and for myself. I think I quite like that. I don't think I need anything else on. I've just got to figure out what am I going to do here. Yes, I've done those little eggs, and I've got to do the name, which I was thinking of doing. The blue. I quite like the blue, so I will do this name in the blue. I've still got to figure out what I might do is just come in with some different coloured greens. There's a bit of a brown. I don't actually know what that is. Oh, I know what that is. That's off some other type of thread. But I don't think it's going to work. It's just all too thin. I was looking for a bit of a brown thread. Maybe that, maybe not, maybe that. And you could just put some seed stitches, sorry, I'm talking quietly. You could just put some seed stitches in here. You could follow the colour of this here, and you could do that with the green. Find some green in there as well and stitch that down. You could come along here. I thought about putting some stitches in the coat, but not stitch the bunny. I quite like it the way it is. So even that's a beautiful pink. Let me see what else. Oops, what have I got there? Oh, one, I've got some, yep, this will do. I'll take that one out. And I think I'll put that one in. Oh, hang on a minute. There's nobody there. It's this pink. Oh, it's variegated. Oh, that's all right. That'll do because her coat's variegated. So that's fine. And I just need a bit of blue for the mum. Yep, that blue. Oh, and I've lost my blue for... There it is. For the name. I like to get organised with my threads so then I can just go for it. And I just needed something for that there. What about this here? Maybe. Or I could do that one there instead. I haven't got anything down here, but I don't know if I want to. I haven't decided that yet. Oh. Bit humid out there today. I've got some blue there. I wonder if this would make it like a little pathway. Or a little pathway to the oh goodness, get some thinking going on. A pathway to the eggs. I don't know whether... Well, where did that come from? I do not know where that came from, but it's velvet. Won't work, I don't think. That can go in the bin, don't need that. I'm just trying to use up what I've got in my scraps. And this, oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. I love that. Right, don't get sidetracked. Let me see. I don't really have anything at the moment, unless I was to use this here, which was part of my Tilly Rose thing that I did. It sort of matches, but I don't actually know. I don't know, so let's not worry about that for now. Let's think, get on with oh, that could be a lovely little egg out of that. Let's get on with the other threading. I'll put all that fabric away. Right, I don't need that, that can go in the bin now. Oh, I hate it when my desk gets in a mess. My brain just doesn't know what to do. Right. Let's see if we can make an egg out of here. I might actually have to draw this one. About that. I dyed this piece of fabric out of, I can't remember if I dyed it with the pomegranate or the avocado. Doesn't always work, does it, when you're freehand? I like that. So we'll get that card back out of the bin and we'll put it back on there. Just gonna cover the whole thing in glue, but it will be fine because it will dry. No, I think it's up the other way. Hopefully that black will... Oh, I still did it the wrong way. Did I? No. If it doesn't work, it doesn't take much to peel it off and just make up a new one. Because don't forget it's got to dry. Okay, so that's that. We'll just grab a little bit of crochet cotton. And we'll sew this on. And then what I'll do is I'll sew that on. I'll go away and I'll sew this on. I'll sew that and put that down. And then I'll come back and do maybe this bit here and the name. So I left you with going away and stitching this down. So what I've done is I've put, because the prompt is Easter and buttons and Easter. So I did some buttons here and I did these here to represent Easter eggs, like this little Easter egg here, and he's digging the little Easter eggs under there. So I put some daffodils in. I've just put some little just to add a little bit more colour to the page. I've done these and created them as, like, you know, pretend Easter eggs. So what I've got left is to do the name, and I saw these as well, which was on the fabric, and I thought about putting them in here because this is a bit blank at the top. And so I think I'll put that on there, and I've got this here to go so they will match. So all I've got to do is stitch this down. So let me find some blue. Now I do have blue there in my tangle or my orts jar, whatever name you want to call it. I'm just going to call it possibly my tangles. So if you know I say that word, then you know what it means by my orts jar, because I think I like the word tangles better. And it seems to come naturally to me to say it. So I have a very thick needle there, but that's not what I want. I want one of these needles on here. And this is a very fine needle. This is a Bowen needle number 10. So because I don't want to split the fabric too wide when you poke the things through. Sorry if my hands are a little bit mucky. I was out in the garden yesterday and literally sometimes the dirt gets into your skin and it takes ages for it to get it out. And I can get it out with bleach, but I don't want to be soaking my hands in bleach. I'm trying not to use chemicals. Oops, that did not work at all. I think sometimes you do have to wet the end of the cotton to make it go through such the finest of eye. It does go because I did it yesterday. And I should have threaded my needle before I started the video. Just, there we go. As always, I like to tie a knot. Milky, that's my cat, likes to know where I am sometimes. Tie a knot at the end of my fabric. So I'm going to put a pin in this one. And I'm going to sew this one. It is a bit humid today. It's a bit, the rain has come, so that's quite nice. So all I'm going to do is probably just overcast stitch very close together. Haven't been working at all at the moment, it's a bit quiet. I'm not sure if we're coming up for Easter holidays. We've got Easter on the 5th of April, and I'm filming this before we go away on our trip. But I'm not sure if the, ow, oh, yow. I have a tissue. That is such a bad habit, to stick my finger in front of the needle. I know why my hands are a bit yellow. I touched a curry, and I'm sure the curry had turmeric in it, and it's made my, look, it's just made my hands go a little bit yellow. That needle is very fine and sharp. So I will go around these two, and then I'll come back and show you the next part. So I've come back to show you what I've done. Stitched them down, those two there, and I've shaped my piece. I've matched it to my March one, or maybe the others. And what I'm doing now is just putting in the word of April, and I just wanted to have a go just to see what it looks like, and I quite like it. So all it is a pearl cotton and just your DMC thread. No, it's not a DMC thread. I don't actually know what that one is. So you can tell that they're two different thicknesses. So I thought that would look quite nice, and I liked the blue and the pink to reference everything else that's going on in here. I tried to colour match, like there's orange here, and there's orange. I've just put a little bit of orange in the path and under there. So everything sort of complements one another, even though there's different things going on, it sort of all matches up. So that's what I did for there. So all I'm doing is just your normal back stitch, and however this goes on with the twist of the cottons, I'm just leaving it. You can see how different it sort of goes, and I've realised that this is a variegated pink, so it goes from dark to light, or light to dark, however it works. And don't worry about the friction pen, it will come off with the iron. I'm sure you already know about that, but then sometimes there are new people here that don't know anything about stitching, or somebody might be just watching and never stitch and just watch the enjoyment of someone making something, which is what I do sometimes. So for the eye, I'm just going to come up and I'm going to do a big French knot. I think I'll do a 3 French knot. Let's pull that in. And we're back to doing the back stitch. I'm hoping I will have enough, but I'm pretty sure I will. My finger healed quite quickly after that prick, but yes, my poor thumb tends to get all these little marks in my finger. My thumb, I mean. Right. It's annoying when that happens, but anyway, you've got to do it, otherwise you won't get it finished. I might turn my iron on because I have a feeling the letter L is just a little bit too far away. Might make the I tiny, a little bit longer. You can always pull it out if you don't like it. That's better. I know it looks all right now, so I had to come over just that tiny little bit further. So I'll start over here. Get my iron nice and hot, because I can still see where the other April I had to bring it down. I had to adjust the lettering. So once I've done that, then I will show you what I'm going to do with the back. Got the lovely window open, but it is a bit humid today. Oh, I can feel that breeze. Might open up the window a little bit more after this. I'll finish the L and then I'll pause it, and then I'll come back with the backing and show you what to do there. Now you can still see how different. There's the dark pink, there's the light pink. I know it's the tiniest little bit of L, but it never looks the same if you don't finish off what you've done. You always think you haven't finished it. Okay. Oh, maybe that was actually, oh no, it'll be right. Just leave it there. Don't fuss over it. I was thinking the L might be too big, but it's not. It's just fine. I'm trying to learn not to worry about these things too much and enjoy the process more than worrying about everything's wrong, everything's not correct how I want it. I'm just going to do another knot because it's quite a thick fabric, thick cotton. Don't ask me how it did that, but anyway, I'll leave it there. I'm not going to keep these threads, they're too small. And they're all cotton, so they'll combust. They'll eventually break down. Right, let's do the heat of the iron. I'll go the back. Does it stick? No. Maybe I'll just put that over the top. You really want to make sure that it doesn't leave any of that pen behind. I don't know whether I have, it's not too bad. I can't remember which way I put it. I think it's this way. I can feel that breeze. So what I do here is I just fold it over, and I'm going to use my clips, much better than the pins at the moment. fold that there. Can you see? No, you can't. Fold that down there, and then I fold that back over to give it a nice line. I could still, while my iron is hot, crease the fabric. Bring that back down. I should just do it this way, shouldn't I? This would be much easier. And then fold it over. You're not always going to get exactly the correct width all the way along, because fabric is very forgiving, and it can also be too forgiving. It'll do its own thing and stretch, but this is not a thing that's going to go into the show. But anyway, it's just a homemade item. Right, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do there, because I didn't leave enough room when I sewed that down. Oh, I just have to move my hair out my way. It's quite humid and it's just not very good. I've got to get a clip. Put in my hair, right. I'm going to just fold that over, and I think I'm just going to sew that down with a pin, because I haven't left enough room underneath for it to grab onto the fabric. I have there, but not folded over like the top, but that's okay. I'm going to have the flap go down, so I'm not going to see it. Sometimes these things are here to try us, and we've got to invent ourselves. Well, not invent ourselves, invent the problem. Sort out the problem. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was doing two, wasn't I? Yep. There we go. Those clips aren't going to work, so I'm going to have to put a pin in. And I'll probably use the same colour as that cream colour in there. Now, the side, something's not working there, so I'll have to fix that up. So let's do the side. Hopefully I've got enough on the side. If that doesn't work down the bottom, I will pin it. I will unpick it and then sort it out after this. I won't make you watch it because it can get a bit boring. Right, take that one out. Or maybe, I've just had a thought, maybe I'll take this out and I will, oh, one's higher than the other, so let's pull that down and we'll give that an iron so it'll sort it out. I think this is slightly longer at the bottom, so what we'll do is we'll get our ruler, so just in between those two, so this is slightly longer, so I will get my scissors that looks better already. Just the tiniest little bit makes a huge difference to the piece. So what I'm going to do is get my ruler, get my piece and fold it over and tuck that to the back, just like that. Because I've got this piece here, let's cut off this bit. So all I'm going to do is fold that over there and just tuck that, sew that on. That little tiny little bit there needs to come off. How does that look? That looks good. So there we go, I solved that problem. Yep, that's good. And then the sides will still come over, and we'll pin that down. Bring that side up a little bit more. So if it is a little bit not even, at least the flat will make it look good. Just fixing this up here. Get a bit more fabric down. That's it. Oh, what have I done? Just let me fix this up. Roll it over. There we go. I'll just put a clip on that. Just got to do the bottom. I'm going to shave that off a little bit. Mr. Crow's voicing his opinion. Oh no, I was pinning that, wasn't I? We'll just lift that button up, and that can just tuck under there. Pin, not clip. Right, there we are. What I might do is come back and do some anchoring stitches around in the white, just to anchor that down because it looks a bit puffy. And then I'll be ready to show you the finish. Stitched around the edges. There you can see I've done the back. And also I did some little tiny stitches on the white, but just put my needle through and just caught the wadding, which is this sort of wadding. So, you know, pretend that's the fabric on the top. You can just, so when you feel it, you can, if you put your hand underneath, you'll be able to feel if you went through, because the needle will go straight through into your finger. Well, catch your skin. So you just put it through the fabric and just, it'll catch the wadding, and then you'll be able to anchor it down. And that's what I forgot to do before I put the backing on. So I've got to do some green. I think I'm going to do some green along here just to hold that bit down because it's still a little bit puffy. So I'll just come in through the back and anchor my needle, my thread through the back like that. So you hide this, the knot. Oh, and I meant to go through to this side here. That's what I meant to do. Can't see that there. And then all I do is just go through, just slide the needle through, providing you don't take it off the needle. And just anchor some of that green down. just so it doesn't make the piece look a bit puffy. There's a big leaf there, so I can just actually go up into the leaf, give it some feature. Might just go here and just pop anywhere where I can see green, and just put the tiniest little catch of a thread in. It does make a little bit difference, but I think I need to maybe do a bit more along there. So this can still be a bit of a work in progress. I mean, basically it's nearly all done. All right, so I'll just put one here. Oops. Rethread my thread. It has sat down a little bit more. I probably need to do a bit more over here behind the, I don't even know. I think that's called a vole. It's not a hedgehog. I think it's a vole. So just try and thread my needle. You think you've got the biggest eye and you still can't thread it. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I think it's my glasses, and other times I'm not sure. So what am I going to do? I still really need to do a little bit more, I think, of the green. So, so I'll just show you that there. I'm going to call it done, but I will finish off the green a little bit later. I want to thank you very much for watching the April calendar month, and I will get going with the May, because that's got to be pre-done because I won't be here. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you liked this April Easter and buttons.